hosting up at the continent tonight.
Well, Sin Chow, everybody. Vietnam Crypto Insights. We got Mario. It looks like he's in downtown Beijing or something with that background there. Got everybody pulled, man.
Yeah,
They could be in Central Park, Manhattan, man. It looks like Central Park on the window there. I didn't know you had that type of money, man. You must have really struck it big in this last crypto pump, huh?
I think it's just very simple background.
Yeah, well, it looks pretty cool, man. I wouldn't even have guessed you're in Hanoi, man. But yeah, we still live.
Yeah, it's pretty hot over here. It's pretty hot over here. The temperature in daytime can reach up to 40 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit.
I think that's about 90-something degrees.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me see.
But you're a cool guy, so you always stay cool. Just I don't want to catch you wearing no jackets in the heat like these women.
It's like
wearing full length coat.
104 Fahrenheit. So
oh my God,
yeah, dude. It's pretty hot. It's pretty hot.
It was pretty hot. It was pretty hot. I was actually outside another cafe yesterday, and dude, it was like I wanted to go inside, but there was no room. A lot of people chilling, so I was like, man, let me just chill outside. And man, guess who I bumped into for the umpteenth time? I bumped into China Mac walking around the neighborhood. And so me and him chopped it up for a minute. But yeah, it was pretty interesting. We got some really big news though in the crypto space, man, with the arrest of Pavel Durov, man, the Telegram founder, man.
Yeah, bro. That one is a big guy. This is a big guy.
That is bonkers, dude.
Yeah, it affects the price of Ton network.
Oh man,
network. Yeah.
Well, that's actually I was researching on that. He didn't really actually found that token. One of his co-founders of Telegram did, but they I think
they split. I think they split.
They use it. Yeah, they use it within their. They use the Tone coin within their infrastructure.
Mm.
And it's crazy, man, because the thing is that they one of the things that they really promulgate in the West, and when I say the West, the US, Europe, Australia, one of the things they promulgate is that everything is freedom and freedom of speech, and this all a charade, dude, because
there's no freedom at all. There's no freedom at all.
You have no freedom, dude. If you can do an app, and it's like what they got him on, what they detained him for, is it makes no sense, because from what they're presenting as the reason is that they detained him on suspicion of the users of the app doing nefarious stuff. But he's not the one that controls all of that stuff. I mean, he's got control of the app, no doubt. But just because he's not giving free reign of these authorities to do whatever and look at everybody's messages, they're gonna go after him like this. I mean, it makes no sense, dude. That's like, wow.
Yeah.
So everything that they preach in the West about freedom and this and that, there ain't no freedom, dude. And then they detain him on something.
It's like you open a cafe. You can open a cafe, and then the people come to your place and talk freely about their topic, and then you get arrested for that.
Yeah, they talked about something nefarious, and then you're responsible for what they talked about. Yeah, this makes no sense. I think part of it, and we've talked about this before, is that the West went after all the people from Russia, all of the bigwigs, and they've gotten sanctions on all of the bigwigs in Russia. And this guy's still by nationality, he's Russian. And so all of the big oligarchs, they pretty much sanctioned, man, and prevented them from doing anything. That was kind of like part of their retribution for Russia going into Ukraine. They pretty much sanctioned everybody that was a billionaire. And this guy is a billionaire too, but he's not an Elon Musk billionaire, but he's still a billionaire. And Telegram has about 900 million active users as of last month, which is almost a billion users. But yeah, this is just, I think this is just, man, this is shameful, dude. So what do you think it is, man? There was a number of people saying it was kind of like the political retribution. They were trying to do collective punishment for all the big wigs in Russia. You think they
exactly what I'm talking about? That one can be called selective punishment.
Collective punishment.
I don't know. It's like I think they arrest him for hatred. Hatred, because he has nothing to do with the money laundering and all the content, anything. I mean, money laundering, maybe terrorism, but they can talk on other platform. People can talk on other platform other than the Telegram. They feel safe with Telegram.
They can use. I'm sure that they could probably use, like Signal. I think Signal's another app, isn't it? That one pretty encrypted as well. And WhatsApp, I think it's under Zuckerberg's control.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think.
And recently, I read the news saying that Zuckerberg is sick of it, and he was ordered to control the content on Facebook, on his platforms, and he also revealed it on the social media. And I think the freedom of speech is now on the edge of end. So the freedom of speech will end soon, and the freedom of speech is one of the most how can I say, one of the most
cherished rights,
valuable factor in crypto space. So I think we are in a very sensitive
how much
period.
How much do you think that they're trying to go after him because he's also got the Tone coin? Of course, Tone has went down. Tone is the crypto that's used within the infrastructure of Telegram. But how much of that do you think is because they got the ability to use Tone coin on there? Because if they got they've got like an entire 900 million users, that's going to, that's, you're talking about potentially a billion people in a short order being able to utilize a different currency. And of course, Tone coin went down 20% this week, which is, yeah. You was actually in the last episode, you said that was one of your top 10.
Yeah.
Oh man, but you just never know with this crypto,
I have
man.
Tone. I also have Tone in my portfolio.
Yeah, well, this is a good time probably to buy some more if they don't put him in there long term like a Jullian Assange, or put him in there permanently like Ross Ulbricht, the guy with Silk Road. That guy, I don't think he's ever gonna get out. Didn't he get like life? Ross Ulbricht? I thought he got sentenced for life. The guy that founded the Silk Road. And he got I think his case, that they were trying to compare this case with Jullian Assange. But I think this is more so along the lines of Ross Ulbricht, in my opinion, because Silk Road was kind of like a was basically an app
A
that
black
allowed
market.
people to do.
It's a
Yeah,
black
they allow
market. It's
people,
an online black market.
but they allow people to communicate and make transactions, and that was it. He didn't control anything. You know,
Yeah.
he made the app, but he didn't make the transaction. But I think
Mm.
this is more so along the lines of Ross Ulbricht, man, because just like that, just like what they're going after him for is they're trying to say that he's helping facilitate all of this. And yeah, this guy got the Silk Road founder. It's about shit. This has been like almost 9 years ago. Got life in
Bro,
prison,
I
man.
think even if the Telegram is shut down, or even if is there's any regulation to have the KYC and provide all the user information, there will be another platform, because
Oh yeah.
the freedom of speech or the anonymous uh, messaging platform is crucial.
Well,
I think it's necessary for.
I think the desire for people to have private communications is always going to be there. I mean, and you can't shut down. Yeah, you can shut down one technology, but then there's going to be another technology, and there's going to be another technology, because the desire is there for people to be able to communicate without government interference. Man, I mean, I understand that they're concerned, but I. But the funny thing, or the ironic thing is, these governments that are doing this are mainly the ones that are the ones that are doing the nefarious things. Because France, look at France. France is probably they colonized how many countries in Africa? They colonized. They was colonized Vietnam back in the day. So a lot of these countries that have this knee-jerk response to these technologies, man. I think they're feeling some sort of they're projecting their fears on the from what they've done in the past, because France still, they have like 21 African countries that are pretty much colonized still. I mean, they say that they're free, but anytime the entity has to deposit half of their money into the French Reserve, or the French central bank, they're not free. They're not free to do what they want. So I just think it's shameful, dude. But like you said, you
Yeah.
can't stop the technology, man. I think there's a
We need.
combination thing.
I think.
I think it's not. I think it's just one thing that they went after him for. I think they want to control the fact that they got a cryptocurrency on the app. That's a problem, because France wants to control all the money, the global elites. I think there's a political retribution for Russia as well. So I think there's like several factors that come into play, man. But just go to show you, man, the West is not free. You're not free in the West. You're not free wherever you think you're free. You're not free. You do something
Mm.
that's troublesome to the powers that be, they'll think of and dream up some way to get you.
So where do you think
Uh,
is free right now? There's
I
any
think
place with the
I think Vietnam
with
is free.
freedom right now?
Yeah, I think Vietnam is
Yeah.
free. Even though they say this is a communist country and be scared. I told you plenty of time. I had a couple of people ask me every time I come back to Vietnam, because I visited here several times, man, before I chose to live here. Like, oh man, is it safe over there, dude? Or is it safe in the U.S. where I live? Are you crazy? So yeah, I feel freer over here, man. You don't have 2.3 million people locked up in Vietnam. You don't even have a fraction of that locked up in Vietnam. So yeah, this is a lot more freer. I don't feel stressed out when I talk to the police. When the police stop me, which I've been stopped a couple times, and dude, they like whatever. They just like test my breath, and they just send me on my way. 5-10 seconds. I think that's happened a couple times. One time I didn't have my helmet on, and dude, they didn't even. That wasn't no big deal. I didn't feel like I was going to be shot. You know, in America, when you get stopped by the police, especially if you're brown skinned, sometimes you feel like you're going to be shot if you're in the wrong neighborhood. So yeah, they got some trigger
Bro,
happy
it's like
police.
I think right now is the start. We are in the start period of digital dictatorship, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of stupid regulations, stupid law to be released, and there will be no freedom of speech at all.
No.
And
Or freedom of
they say
association,
that,
or freedom to do any transaction.
yeah, and many years ago, there's a how can I say, a phrase on the internet or a meme. They say that 20 years ago, the internet is the escape from the real world, and right now the real world is the escape from the internet. I think that one is pretty much accurate. Yeah, for now, I think it's pretty much accurate. Like 20 years ago, young people like us were accessing to the internet to express our dream, to express our passion, to do crazy stuff, and it's free that people can express, and there's no uh we call 50-cent army, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
there's a term,
they,
50-cent army to attack you.
you said
But
the
right
50 Cent
now,
Army?
internet is safe. Internet is not safe anymore.
Well,
Internet is not safe anymore, and
I think the
as a
government
person
wants to
who work
control
in,
everything. That's the problem. The
yeah,
government and the central bankers.
all the governments want to control things, like uh because as a person who work in biometric and uh cybersecurity, I think there's no freedom at all. Like there's absolutely no freedom on the internet right now. So you have to be very careful. You have to be very you have to watch out with everything you speak, and just, yeah, you can be yourself, but don't do stupid stuff. It's not safe.
Well, if you do anything that's going to threaten the political power that they have or the monetary power they have, it's going to be it's going to be problematic. And I'm going to show you this article here because I think this is pretty much significant. This is probably why you see these Western governments freak out. And this is
Yeah,
actually from this actually from a couple of days ago, but they've you know the payments of the dollar have dwindled down dramatically. I don't know if you see that, Mario. You see that?
which one?
The payments in the dollar have been surpassed by the Chinese Yuan. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, surpasses the dollar. So, I mean, you're probably going to see more and more stuff like this as the dollar dominance goes down, and you got China transaction in yen, and with all of the BRICS nations, which there's also been. I think the other day they even had Palestine. Palestine, the nation the people that's being bombed to death over there, they've actually applied to BRICS. So yeah, it's just an interesting thing going on in the balance of power, the balance of the financial and the political spectrum. And you're going to see people. I don't think they're going to be able to stop. They're going to be able to stop Telegram because Telegram, even though they got the owner, the founder, they're still based. I believe they're based out of Dubai right now. So they got a whole team that manages the platform. So that's not going away anytime soon. it might stop their IPO because they had announced earlier that they were going to do an IPO, and that's one of the reasons why Tonecoin went up dramatically earlier in the year. Was they're going to do an IPO because it's privately held right now. It's a privately owned company, but they was going to do an IPO and it's going to go public, and it was going to dude, I think it went up. It shot up like earlier this year, like really February, March. The Tonecoin shot up like 30% because of that news. But yeah, this is gonna. The longer they detain Pavel I think that's gonna might put a fork in the whole IPO thing. But I think it's gonna be a good, interesting time here, man. We shall see. What's your thoughts, man, on the dollar dominance going down?
Well, I think that's gonna be a long way to go. I have traveled places recently, and I can see that the presence of Chinese business
Mhm.
or other Asian countries, Asian business are more than anything. So there will be a lot of there will be a lot of demand to trade in the yuan. Yeah, obviously, because recently, I believe it was last month,
Okay.
the
All right.
M-Pesa wallet is just like Momo in Vietnam, is a mobile wallet.
Okay.
They have a new feature
Okay.
to pay directly from Africa to China, which means
Oh
they
wow.
don't need dollar to be in the middle of the trade anymore. So
So is
they
that
just
so
use
it's a digital
that
currency?
means I think so. I think so. I haven't had a chance to try it,
Okay.
but next time when I travel there, I will try to buy something from China to see. So
Do they
basically, you just use
can we download the app
you
here?
just use the local. I have the app. I have my account, and I buy
Oh
some
wow.
stuff. I do trading with the Tanzanian account. Um, it's not trading. It's like I buy stuff. I pay for stuff
Right.
like
Right. It's just
going to the supermarket, like
you're
buy
just using it as a
groceries.
means of exchange.
No, it's not an exchange. It's just a wallet, just like mobile wallet. We have Momo here
Okay.
in America. You have PayPal. You have what?
Cash
Um,
app.
yeah, something like that. I don't know.
Cash app,
They call it
Venmo,
mobile wallet.
PayPal.
Yeah. Exactly. Um,
Those are kind
this
of
one.
common things that people use. All
Oh
right.
shit.
I don't see anything but the screen. Your your your
Yeah.
your phone looks see-through. I don't know where you got a see-through phone. Yeah, that it ain't oh, there it is. It's popping up. There it is.
Yeah.
What is that though? I don't see anything but a raindrop. Is that
Um,
pop up? So they
no,
can
the
actually
app is
utilize that. They can
the
right.
app
It's
is crashing. The app is
yeah.
crashing at the moment. But
Okay.
basically, you can buy stuff from China with the
Okay.
local fiat currency
Oh
via a
wow.
mobile wallet, a normal wallet.
So
So
you have to have a
there
bank
will
over there,
be,
bank account in Tanzania.
of course, I have
Okay.
to. Yeah. And this mobile wallet is attached with the mobile number.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it's just like Momo. You have Momo here, right?
Right. So what do?
Yeah,
They
the
ship.
mobile
They
money.
ship after you use that transaction. They usually ship the products all the way from China directly with that means of transaction.
You can buy stuff online.
On
like
like Alibaba or
uh
something?
yeah, something like that, something like
Oh
that.
wow. Well, that's
And
powerful.
it's so they don't need a dollar anymore.
No, they don't. That's why they've been going around the world, going country to country to country to country, making these deals. And
Mm,
I think what's interesting, what's going on right now, they're in the middle of the West and China are actually going through a bunch of trade wars right now because the West fears China's dominance in building and producing products from EV cars to you name it, you go down the list. And I think it was Canada that was actually the last country, just the latest country that actually put a tariff on China's EV cars. But in the end, that's not going to do nothing but hurt them because when the other option is is 20, 30, 40% higher and people don't have the money for it, how are you going to produce sustainable, eco-friendly cars and have them in use when you're basically making the consumer unable to buy them? So yeah, they fear
I think
that the BYD company is the one they fear, man, because they got 20% of the market in the globe, and they've got a
yeah.
$10,000 car, dude. They got a $10,000 EV
So
car.
I have a message to all the audience of Vietnam Crypto Insight for around the world. If you watch this video, try to find your way to open a business in an Asia country, maybe Vietnam, maybe Thailand, maybe China. In Vietnam, we can support you. You can just drop us a message, and then we talk to see if you can open a business here, and we can do it together. Because that one is like an inevitable future where you go to, yeah, Asia. Yeah, Terrence have his perspective. He witnessed all the changes happening here, and I believe this is a very good moment. It's a very good moment to do business, any kind of business.
Well, it's not a fluke that Forbes came out with an article a couple months ago that said Vietnam is on the path to be have the highest, steepest incline of wealth over the next 10 years of any country. So there's no accident. This is a very young, vibrant community. The average age, it's actually one of the youngest countries in the world right now. There's a lot of agro products. Of course, agro products used to be number one in Vietnam, but that's been eclipsed over the past decade from mobile phones. I think Vietnam produces about 40% of the Androids right now in the factories, and there's also a lot of iPhones that are produced here. Um, so yeah, electronics took over about 30. I thought last time I checked, it's like 35% of the market of exports. But that's not it. There's agro stuff, there's electronics, there's other electronics, there's electronic components and supply. There's numerous other businesses that are going up, and not to mention the crypto. I got a chance to meet. I tell you, like last week, I got the chance to meet one of the founders of Polygon, whose token is the Matic. But one of the co-owners broke off from Polygon and founded Avail. He was here talking with the folks here in Ho Chi Minh City, and got a chance to chat with him. And I actually put a little bit of his question and answer and already online. But he has some really interesting things to say about the new project that they got funded. They got funded for about 75 million, and they're supposed to be using this, and they're going to go through 3 stages to actually make it so that it integrates with all of the blockchains. So that's next level stuff right there, man. And this is one of the first places that they chose to go after they launched their blockchain was Vietnam. So that just goes to show you the vision and the opportunity.
Yeah.
So what about China, man? Have you heard about China, the new Bitcoin reversal? That's actually been a hot topic
Uh,
within the week. They're going to
to be honest,
unban.
I have no idea. I have no idea about that.
Well, there's some
I've been
rumors. I
busy
don't know.
working.
I can't speak Chinese. I could barely speak a little bit of Vietnamese, but I definitely can't speak any Chinese. But there was some on X. There was a number of people talking about some announcement they were making in the news, and they cited some newscast that was actually in China, but it was all in Chinese. So I didn't know whether or not it was the real deal. But there's been some talk in China that they might reverse the Bitcoin ban. And allow the mainlanders, of course, the people I believe in Hong Kong still have the ability to buy the ETF and get exposure to Bitcoin through that. But it's definitely yeah. How many billions of people you have in China right now? 3 billion.
1.4 billion, I believe.
1 point
1.4, 1.2.
1.4 billion. Okay, I guess I'm
1.4, 1.4
I'm
million people. Damn,
1.4 billion.
that's
Yeah,
a whole lot of people.
that's a whole lot of people, man, and that's a whole lot of potential Bitcoin holders. Not everybody, of course, will get
The,
Bitcoin there, but
the India is more popular than China, but in terms of facility or technology or economy, I believe China has surpassed.
China surpassed everybody. You know, Sahil went there about 3 months ago, and he went to two of the biggest cities, Shanghai and Beijing. And he told me, he's like, man, you said you don't realize until you go to a city that's utilizing a lot of electric vehicles, you don't realize how much noise their vehicles, gas combustion, gas combustion engines make until you go to it where there hardly any. And I think
Bro,
that's a huge switch because you know
the China,
Beijing about 15, 20 years ago used to be one of the most heavily polluted cities because of all of the factories and stuff and all of the not only the factories but the vehicles. And so for them to go to a space where there's like no combustion engines, relatively speaking, and it's quiet, you know, that's a really amazing thing. But yeah, he said that they're next level. You know, I think that's one of the reasons why the West is banning their cars because they know that they're going to actually take over. And you know, if you got a free market economy and you preach capitalism, I just think it's kind of hypocritical that you start banning all the products that's coming from a country that's outproducing you. You know, you can't compete. You know, I mean, if American exceptionalism was so valid, you should still be able to compete, right? If you're saying that you're better than everybody else, you should be able to compete. You didn't see
bro.
Mike, you didn't see
When
Michael
when we talk
Jordan,
about
you didn't see Michael Jordan, you know, bow out from a challenge. If he says he's the best, he's gonna go at you, he's gonna go at your throat. You don't say you the best and you just make it so that you know all you change all the rules of the game so that you feel like you number one still. No, you go
I
head to
think
head.
I think they ban yeah, I think that they ban it. Any kind of
They have
any government
they
want
put
to ban
tariff, man.
something, they are afraid of it.
They're afraid of the Chinese ability to produce, man. And you know,
Yeah.
now when it was cheap products, when it was defective products, when it was, you know, they could say, okay, well, it's not that great, but we're going to import it anyway because it's cheaper. But when they start making good products, and it's funny because I was watching there's one of the young rulers of Africa that's been pretty much in the news the past year. He took over the military of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore. You seen him, the guy. He's flanked by his cohorts, man. They all got on fatigues, man. He's army fatigues all the time. But yeah, he was actually giving a speech, man. It was pretty interesting. And he's like, look, he said, the West says they got all of this, all of that, the best of this. He said, me and my team, we went to 20 different countries, man. And we found out that all of these brands, all of these places that say, we got the best product, all of their stuff was made in China. So they just said they went to China to get all of their stuff. So, but yeah, I think it's ironic that the free market system, man, is being compromised in this way.
Yeah, it's pretty much it's pretty funny. I remember a few years ago, Russia banned crypto, and now they open again. They open up for crypto again.
Oh yeah, that's big news this week too. There's so many things that's been happening this past week, man. I thought they were going to allow you to do transactions, just like you were saying with China. With China and Africa. But, I guess the difference is that Russia is allowing crypto payments. So that's a slight variation of that. But I think that, yeah, man, this is, I think the West has shot itself in the foot, dude. Because they didn't foresee all of these technological advancements and developments and all of this political maneuvering. I mean,
yeah,
it's they've been outflanked by Russia, China, all these other countries. They just been outmaneuvered. They're switching to crypto again.
Recently, I think yeah, it's crypto. They're using crypto for global payment as is. Russia is facing sanction. They were kicked out of SWIFT system, the global SWIFT system. So they have to find an alternative way to do international trading. So crypto is a perfect tool for it. And I think that's why the Western world is trying to crack down on crypto, because they want to block the opponent.
September 1st, man, is the day. Russia will start crypto exchanges trials September 1st, man.
2 more days. No, 3 more days.
That's probably another reason why they arrested and detained the Telegram founder, because he's Russian.
Yeah, probably. I think if Russia open for crypto payment, I think Ton network is a perfect tool for it.
Oh man, they're trying to shut down, man. The global financial elite, man, are using all these so-called charges, man, against Pavel as a pretext, because it coincides with everything. They're right on the heels of allowing crypto payments. That's mighty suspicious that a few days before they would just arrest one of the big tech gurus from Russia that has enabled in his platform crypto payments. Because you can transact in Tone There's actually ICP. You know, I was talking with a guy here that developed ICP bot, has its own wallet. So it's pretty. The app Telegram app, man, is a pretty dynamic app, man. That's I see why the usage of it has just went up, skyrocketed. But you know, they cut Mark Zuckerberg. They cut his balls off in the U.S. They said, "No, you're not going to do crypto payments," and so he had to back down. You know, that whole Libre thing. The government cracked down on him. They said, "Nah, you're not going to do that." So they made him back down, dude. You know, and that's the financial powers that be that did that for sure. But you know what's really interesting though, this election cycle, as far as the U.S. presidency, guess who the biggest contributions? Guess who's been the biggest contributors to the biggest donors to the political campaigns?
Yeah.
This cycle. Do you know?
Yeah. And both candidates
You know who?
are
No, but do you
saying
know
that
who
they
do you know who
support
the biggest
crypto.
donors are? Yeah, the biggest donors, man, is the crypto industry.
The biggest donor, Sam.
The biggest donors by industry is the crypto industry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you have Coinbase, of course. They want to make sure that they're in business. So I think they've given tens of millions, but you know they've actually been killing it, man. I mean, as far as the mega donors.
Mm.
So usually it's like big oil. You know, I'm talking about Chevron, Shell, all of the big oil companies. Usually it's that. They're the Koch brothers. Well, one of the Koch brothers has since died, but you know, usually it's those kind of people, those big corporate elites. But now it's the big corporate elites that's in the crypto. They're the biggest donors. I think they're giving them like a total about 100 and something billion, 100 and something million, I should say. Yeah, the blockchain industry is just killing it as far as it goes. But I don't think they're going to get their darling candidate elected, and I really don't think that. The person that the crypto bros are actually backing, which is Trump, I really don't think that he's going to do anything for the industry, because you know he'll turn around and do something for his buddies before he does anything for crypto industry. I mean, he turned to the crypto industry because they had his ear with all the money they was going to give him. You know, it was really funny. I was listening to Anthony Scaramucci, who's actually used to be one of Trump's friends. And he worked with Trump in his industry, and he was really frank and honest on this podcast the other day. He's like, "Look," he said, "there's no guarantee Trump's going to do anything for the crypto industry." He's like, "Man," he said, "this guy's one of the most transactional son of a bitches that you could ever meet. You know, somebody will come along and offer him something else, and he'll change his whole fucking tune." Yeah, it was.
All right, I think that's enough for today.
Getting kicked out of your deluxe apartment in the high rise in Manhattan over there. So yeah, man. So yeah, let's hope that Tone and Tone Wallet.
It's good to talk to you, bro.
Well, it's good to talk to our audience. You ain't just talking to me.
Yeah.
It's good to talk to everybody about what's going on in the market, man. But Yeah, we could touch, but let's touch base with everybody. I think we're going to have a lot of new news. There's going to be some more hackathon. I wanted to put some stuff about the ICP hackathon. I'm still waiting on some of the footage. I missed the event. They had that on Sunday. They had a big ICP hackathon here in Ho Chi Minh City, and a lot of prizes. I mean, I think they were offering like over, I think close to about 20,000, no, 40,000 in benefits for, for using different services to get their product to market. But yeah, it was pretty interesting. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it, man, for the news, the big news anyway, in the crypto industry. It's always something going on.
Let's keep updated. See you in the next time.
Yeah, let's see everybody next time, man. Everybody keep it coffee and crypto.